Good morning. You are listening to UpReach, a morning devotional presented by the Church Street Church of Christ in Lewisburg, Tennessee, to encourage you as you face the opportunities and challenges of today. Let's begin this day together with some inspiring thoughts from God's holy word. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable to God, which is your reasonable service. And do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. Romans chapter 12, verses 1 through 2. James Moffat, in his book The Day Before Yesterday, has a chapter on fables, and in it he relates one of Tolstoy's fables. It was as if I had suddenly found myself sitting in a boat which had been pushed off from an unknown shore, as if I had been shown the direction of the opposite shore and given a pair of oars and left alone. I ply the oars, I row ahead, but the further I go, the stronger the current becomes, carrying me out of my course. I meet other people afloat, also carried away by the current. Some have thrown their oars away. A few are struggling against the stream, but most of them glide with it. The further I go, the more I watch the long line of boats floating down the current, and I forget the course pointed out to me as my own. From every side, cheery voices shout to me that there can be no other direction. I believe them. As men drift down the stream or glide with the current, I let myself drift along with them until at last I hear the roar of the rapids. Already I can see their boats broken up, and I know I myself must perish. Then I come to myself. Before me I can see nothing but destruction. I am hurrying fast toward it. What must I do? Looking back, I notice a number of boats now struggling to make headway against the current. And then I remember all about the opposite shore, the course, and the oars. I begin at once to row hard upstream to reach the opposite side. The shore is God. The current is tradition. The oars are free will, given that I may gain union with God. Here is a fable which tells how a man awoke to the duty and the danger of life. It tells of the danger of drifting with the stream. It is always easier to go with the crowd than to battle your way against it. It is always easier to conform than to be a nonconformist. It is always easier to accept the standards of the society in which we may happen to be than it is to stand up for a set of standards which are quite different. It is always easier to pursue a policy of drift and of inaction, and yet it is perfectly obvious that there can be no greatness in that direction. Do not be conformed to the world, says Paul, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind. Romans chapter 12, verse 2. Stop saying amen to what the world says Robert Louis Stevenson, and keep your soul alive. To drift means certain disaster. What about you today? Are you allowing yourself to spiritually drift through the currents of this world that are leading you to certain disaster? Why not give control of your ship to God, who can pilot you safely home? This has been UpReach, a presentation of the Church Street Church of Christ in Lewisburg, Tennessee. I am Kyle Bolton, the pulpit minister at Church Street, and I would like to personally invite you to come and share times of Bible study and worship with us each week. We meet every Sunday at 9 o'clock a.m. for our morning worship, followed by our Sunday school for all ages at 10:15 a.m. Then we meet again at 6 o'clock p.m. for our evening worship. We also have a midweek meeting for devotion and Bible study on Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. I hope to see you there. Have a blessed day.
Shine down your light on me, let the people see that in your presence darkness flees. Father of light, shine down on me, shine down your light on me, let the people see that in your presence darkness flees. Father of light, shine down on me, Father of light, shine down on me. Shine.